I bought Passion Footwear's heel to flat convertible shoes this is the pump, not the leather version, and this is a US 8.5, which is a UK 6.5. The reason why, I'm usually a size 6, but they told you online to go up a size, and even with that there was many problems with this shoe. So I have this pump that this is the flat version, and it comes with this as the flat caps because it doesn't go completely flat, which is good. But then to go with it, I also ordered the 4-inch heels. This is the flare heel that I really love, and I also bought this glittery rainbow heel, 3 inches. When they first arrived, they were very comfortable, but they were quite solid when they first arrived, so I was a bit worried that they wouldn't go down flat. But in the end, that was actually no issue at all, going flat. They molded and went flat. They were very comfortable on when I just tried them on the first night. Quite elfy. And actually, these were not the first shoes I actually wanted to buy. The ones I really wanted to buy were not in size of my stock. So this was the second or third option that I also liked. In the pictures online, they didn't really look that good. They look much better in person. And they're good for summer, good for going out and going to work. Classic, can kind of be dressed up and more modernized by the way you style it. So that's why I bought these ones, but I hadn't seen many reviews of these ones, which is part of why I wanted to do this review. And maybe now I know why I haven't seen many reviews of this. So on day 2, the first official full day of wearing them, I wore them as flats when I was walking to the train station on the way to work. And after 2 minutes, the back of my heels were in bits. And when I got onto the train, I saw that the back of my heels were bleeding. Now I thought to myself, okay, I'm usually a size US 8, right? US 8, sometimes US 8.5. But I didn't want to go too big because I don't want them to be loose, because then if they're loose, especially as a heel, that's dangerous. You don't want them coming off. But then at the same time, I wondered to myself, oh, is this my fault? Should I have ordered them bigger so that it wouldn't be touching the back of my foot, my skin, so much? After about 5 hours of wearing them, they started to really, really pinch my toes. So I just felt really deflated and such regret because they're very expensive. And already the cloth on the inside of the shoes, you can see better in the pictures, had come loose. It's still loose now actually when I look inside the shoe, and I bought these more than a month ago now. On the 3rd day of wearing them, I wore them with this rainbow heel, and it was just pain on my way to work. So when I got to work, I changed them to flats, and I noticed on only the 3rd day of wearing them that there was a chip on one of the flat caps already on the 3rd day of wearing them. So day 5 and day 6, I went on a weekend trip, and the reason why I continue to wear them with bandages on the back of my heels so that it would stop rubbing against the back of my heels and making it bleed was because I've spent so much money on these shoes. So I wanted to really give them a chance, and I wanted to review them over 2 weeks. And I thought to myself, okay, maybe I just need to wear them in, you know, if I just wear them in, it will be worth it in the end. One positive thing I can say about them is it says on their website that this material pumps are waterproof and dirt proof, and I can confirm they are because it rained that whole weekend on my trip, and while I wore these as heels and as flats, the water didn't really get into them, and when dirt did get on them, it wiped right off. So I'll give them that as a really positive thing. But another issue after issue. I noticed on this weekend trip, 5th or 6th day of wearing them, that the inside of the shoe where it says Passion started to wear away. The cushiony part had kind of torn off. Now I don't know if that's anything to do with water damage or just from wearing them so much, but to pay this much for these shoes, and also when Passion Footwear says that it's not only that they want their shoes to change from a heel into a flat, they also want their shoes to be very comfortable, just as heels and just as shoes, so that they boast about the sneaker material they use. Now, I'm not sure if they use that same sneaker material on the pumps. It seems like the pumps were one of the very first shoes that were ever launched by Passion, so I think it could be because it's one of the first shoes that was launched. It was like when they're still kind of getting their footing and trying to figure out how to make shoes the most comfortable. But it isn't acceptable that I spend this much money on these shoes, and already on the 5th and 6th day the inside of the shoe has worn away, that the material on the inside is loose and hanging, that back of my heels are constantly bleeding because this back of the shoe is so hard. I don't know what is inside there, but it feels like rock. It's very hard. Day 7 of wear, they're still really uncomfortable and painful to wear, pinching my toes, and even with bandages at the back, still painful. But no more weird elf shoe anymore. They're really flat from wearing them almost every day. It's possible. Forget what day I'm up to, but the next day I wore them like this with the 4-inch heel out clubbing, and I lasted 30 minutes like this. My feet are just coming to the very, very front of the shoe, and it is just hell pain. These, I don't know to you, is this really 4-inch? Because I have other heels that are 4 inches and they don't seem as tall as these ones, so I think I didn't expect the 4-inch to be this tall, which is only really a complaint if you're me and you're not used to wearing heels that are that tall. I will be selling these and buying probably the same one in a 3-inch when it's back in stock, because I do love this style. I think it's so pretty. So if anyone wants to buy them off me, go ahead. Day 9, still wearing bandages, and they were hurting my feet so much when I wore them out that after 3 hours I had to take them off while I was on the train. Day 10 is the turning point, so I brought them to a shoemaker, and he was very perplexed by the bottom of them when I showed him how they turn from heels into flats. He was quite impressed. And he originally, when I told him my problem, he wanted to break the shoes apart and do something to them. I don't know what he was trying to do, but he realized that he couldn't because of how they're built and the way the bottom looks like this, and there must be like something inside of it that's not like a normal shoe. So I had to fight him to do exactly what I wanted, which was just to put something cushiony on the back of the heels so that it didn't rub against my skin, and that I wouldn't need to wear bandages anymore, that it would just be some cushiony pad on the back of the shoe here. And that's what I did, and ever since I've done this, these are now very comfortable to wear. I can now wear these as flats all day, no problem. And because I've had now over a month to break them in, when I wear them, they're really flat and a bit wider, more comfortable. And if I wear them with this 3-inch rainbow heel, they're quite comfortable. I can wear them for a long time. But this 4-inch heel, for me personally, is a little bit too much. I have no idea if I ordered up a size, if I ordered, let's say, a US size 9, if that would have solved more of my issues, or if that would have caused more issues, because then it might have been too big. The thing is, I left a review on the website saying all of this. I'm not hiding behind not saying anything and then just making a video trying to expose people, a company. No. The problem is, you can't return the shoes or return the heels for free if you're outside of North America. So I wasn't able to return these shoes and get a different size, and I also wasn't able to return the heels. I would have had to pay money out of my own pocket to return these heels and these shoes if I wanted to. And also there might have been import charges on top of that, because for them to come in to the country, I also had to pay on top of how much they cost and shipping. I also had to pay import charges. So it was very expensive in the end, and the only way I can get my money back or change them is if I sell them. Now, I'm not going to sell these because now they're very comfortable and now I love wearing them. In the end, it doesn't mean that I'm happy about everything that's happened. I think for the amount of money I pay, they should have pads already built into these shoes if they've tested them out and worn them and know how uncomfortable the back of this shoe is. So overall, my conclusion is, in the end, it's been okay. In the end, they're comfortable and things have worked out. But these were not worth the money I spent. With that being said, I am going to buy from them again, because the shoes I originally wanted, is it called backless, even if it's a shoe? It's a slide. So it wouldn't have any issue with pain in the back. I also love the knee-high boots, so I'd love to buy them too. As for their customer service, well, when I left the reviews on the website and stuff, yeah, they were very good to get back to me. They emailed me back, and because I wasn't able to return the heels for free, they offered me some discounts if I order from them again. So overall, the customer service is good. They handled it. They did everything that they could. That rhymes. So out of 10, I'm going to give these a 6 out of 10. Learn from my mistakes.